Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Samantha. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new, you are welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. You know I love having you here. In this video, I'm going to show you the best way to make moringa powder at home. Moringa powder that will retain its nice green color. So I was lucky enough to harvest some moringa leaves. So these are fresh moringa leaves that I got from my mum's garden. So you first want to lay it out in the shade, and you need to lay it out on something that's going to allow air to circulate around it, because it's that air that's going to help it to dry. And the reason you want to put it in the shade is so that it retains the green color. If you dry your moringa leaves in the sun, they will lose the color and they may turn brown, and then it won't have this nice bright green color that we're looking for. So just lay them out carefully. They don't have to be on top of each other. Just try and lay them out as well as you can, ensuring that air will be able to circulate around them. And then you have to leave them there for about 2 to 3 days, even 4 days, depending on the ambient temperature. Obviously, in warmer weather or in warmer climates, the leaves will dry out quite quickly. So there are a few advantages of making moringa powder. First of all, it'll extend the shelf life of the moringa because it'll be dry, so it'll last for months and months, even years. And second of all, it reduces the volume so that you're not having any problem storing it, because all of that moringa that you see there, once it's turned into a powder, it's not going to be as much. So there are lots of advantages there. So here is my beautiful moringa. As you can see, it is completely dry. There's no moisture at all, and it still has that beautiful green color. It looks a bit different. That's just because this is indoors and I've got my lights on, whereas previously it was outside with natural light. So we're going to need a blender, and we also need a tea strainer, and we're also going to need a pestle and mortar. So if you've got a coffee grinder, then you may not need as much and it might actually be better. But I've got a blender, so that's what I'm going to use. So the first thing we do is just to put the moringa leaves into the blender, and then we're going to blend until they are a fine powder. So how long you need to blend depends on how powerful your blender is. Mine isn't that powerful, so I blended for about 1.5 to 2 minutes to get as fine a powder. Obviously, the longer you blend it, the finer your powder will be. After blending for about a couple of minutes, I'm now going to separate the fine powder from the little bits that will still be remaining. So I'm just going to sift this using my tea strainer. The finer your tea strainer is, the finer a powder you'll get. So if that's what you're looking for, then I recommend you look for something that's really fine with very, very tiny holes. If you use a sieve or a tea strainer with big holes, then your powder may not be as fine as you want. So the combination of using a powerful blender and blending it for some time, and then using a fine tea strainer or sieve, is really what's going to help you get the fine powder. So there'll still be bits left, and what I'm going to do now is just use my pestle and mortar because it's just too small a quantity to put back into the blender. So as you can see, that's my beautiful powder. It is nice and fine and I'm just loving it. Look at that color, absolutely gorgeous. So these are the bits that I was referring to. It's a mixture of tiny stems and tiny bits of moringa leaves. So I want to get as much of the powder as possible. So I'm not going to throw this away just yet. And here's a close-up of the powder. As you can see, it is fine, it is beautiful, and it is just gorgeous. So I'm going to use my pestle and mortar to pound those little bits that I showed you to get as much of the moringa as possible and not waste it. So once I've done that, I'll just use my tea strainer to sift it as before, and that'll be me done. So because I'm doing this manually, I'm never going to be able to pound all of that into a powder, as you can see. So you can use the rest to make a tea or something. But here we are. Here is our beautiful, gorgeous moringa powder. As you can see, it is a beautiful green color. And this moringa powder is so versatile. You can use it for so many things. If you haven't watched the video in which I talked about the benefits of moringa, not just for the hair, but for your general health as well, then I'll put a link to that video in the description box and you can watch it after you've watched this video. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found it interesting and useful. So let me know in the comment section whether you use moringa either as part of your hair care regimen or for the other health benefits. I'd love to know. So I'll be back with another video real soon, so do stay tuned. Before I go, I'd like to give my subscribers a massive thank you because your support means everything to me and I really appreciate it. I also want to thank everybody who engages with the content. So if you comment, you give the video a thumbs up, all of those things really help to support my channel. So I really appreciate it. If you've not yet subscribed to the channel, then please subscribe and also let your family and friends know about the channel so that they can come and subscribe too. And I'd also appreciate it if you give the video a thumbs up. One, that lets me know that you're enjoying the content, and two, it helps with the YouTube algorithm. So I'd really appreciate it. And if you want to know when I have a new video on the channel, just sign up for notifications. So until next time, my lovelies, you take care. Bye for now.